Welcome to Section 5 of Bash Camp. Just one more to go after you complete this section. So we start with our mantra, hashtag I'm a Bash Camper, I am, I can, I will, I do. So we've covered establishing goals and building trust, how to build those relationships, sharing that compelling reason to book, the keys to a $1,000 party, and now to make the most of a party. All you do in building a successful business can be enhanced or derailed depending on how you treat customers. Making them feel special, delivering what you promise, and giving them a good experience in any dealings with you. In Section 5, we'll be talking in more detail about ways to make the most of every party. We'll be focusing on the party experience and how to effectively close out guests to book additional business. The great thing about including parties in your business plan to achieve your monthly sales goals is that they are duplicatable, they're fun and easy, and they allow you to build stronger relationships with customers and hosts. They also provide an easy way to introduce others to the business and book additional parties to keep your calendar consistently strong. Blend Bash is intended to be a mingle and shop kind of party, which can be challenging for you to create an opportunity to upsell, book, and offer the business without a plan. We hope to share some tips that may help you to maximize your results with the goal of increasing your sales, booking opportunities, and overall your averages. We talked about host coaching in a previous section, but I wanted to touch on a few things to just reiterate the importance of what goes on during that pre-party stage. When you are comfortable and confident about working with your host to pre-sell 10 bash boxes, several things happen. You help your host to overcome their greatest fear, which is no one showing up. Selling 10 bash boxes will pretty much ensure that they're going to have 10 guests. Since guests have spent money to be part of the blending experience, the likelihood of them backing out is greatly reduced. Your host can now breathe and not worry about the party count falling apart hours before the party. Because of the Blend Bash, you're starting the party with 260 in sales, which is a win on both sides. The risk of parties canceling could become a thing of the past for you. The formula for the $1,000 party is 10 buying guests, with 3 pre-party and 3 post-party orders, as we've discussed. Share what you know to be the ideal order with your customer or with your host. 3 jars, or the blending bags, of course, a simmering light, and an accent shade, which really represents a $100 order. And you can also come up, of course, with your own bundle ideas that we talked about in the last section. Encourage your host to suggest these ideas to any guest that can't attend. Maybe even have the host pick out a few favorites as you create the wish list that they can share. Offer to send samples to those guests before the party to encourage those outside orders. Look at the statistic that 25% of those buying a bash box also purchase a simmer pot. So again, it's another way, if you are having them pre-purchase the bash box, of pretty much guaranteeing some minimum sales. Never forget that your host has more clout with her group of friends than you do. Challenge your host to book a party before you even arrive, either from the group that's attending or someone that's unable to attend. With your intention to book 2 parties at every party you do, when your host books 1 before you ever arrive, half of your booking work is done. A bingo game or something similar can sometimes help with those hosts that like a challenge or love extra free stuff. Use it to support your host in increasing sales, booking, and sponsoring opportunities with people that she knows. Maybe consider offering a referral bonus when they refer someone that actually joins your team. This bingo challenge is available in the back office is available for your use. It is in both a JPEG and PDF version, so you can either post it or print it to include it in your host packets. There's a white background version if you want to save some ink, and this is great for those hosts, as I mentioned, that love a challenge. So now the party. As fun as Blend Bashes are proving to be, you still need the opportunity to upsell, book, and find prospects. If you don't think about it beforehand, the blending is going to end and you're going to lose that chance. We promote this as a mingle and shop kind of party, but it's still important to fit in time for helping you and your host have a successful party with results in all 3 key areas, which of course is sales, booking parties, and prospecting for business leads. Make sure or make use of the Blend Bash prep and party cards to just help you with your entire presentation. The cards will help you with the party points, as well as giving you tips on what to bring, setting the party up, and what to say to guests when checking them out, which we'll talk about in more detail in this section. Your opening sets the stage for the party. It's designed to be short, but it's important that you share some things before the blending begins. Set the stage for how the evening will go. Get your story in, share a little bit about your products and company you want them to know, and be sure to share with guests that they can learn about hosting their own party or how they can add extra income to their household with a Pink Zebra business. Let them know you'll be asking them about those things when you sit down with them to place their orders. As the blending begins, be sure to let them know about the other Blend Bash themes available. Ask the group who's going to host the next Blend Bash. Sometimes a group question gets people talking and shouting out they'd like to be next. Ask the group or someone specific if they could see themselves sharing these products as a business. Use the mingling time to drop those seeds and share some product ideas. Share some of these tips on the screen to help them with the blending experience. Your goal should be to get your bookings before the one-on-one with guests, but that time is your backup plan if not. This is when questions are your friend and you learn more about your guests. Your one-on-one time is your chance to really capitalize on those seeds that you've planted and to get to know your guests better. Don't be shy about this part. Most consultants struggle a little bit here, worried about what to say and what people will think. Closing effectively is one of those learned skills that you can get good at if you just keep practicing. This is your chance to keep your business moving forward, so don't just add your customer's purchase up and be done with them. This is a perfect time to ask questions about their family, their work, and their home, and how they currently fragrance. Relationships begin with easy conversation with a goal of getting to know your customers better. Remember to suggest a bundle or be sure they've included a warmer or an accent shade, and if they know that at $49.99 or more, there's free shipping, which of course is in the US only. If you're using a customer care card, have your guests fill it out as you start reviewing their order. People may feel more comfortable checking off something they're interested in learning about than saying something directly to you. If you do catch something they've checked while they're still with you, just ask, I see that you've checked that you'd like to learn about earning free trips. What would you like to know? It's a great way to just get your conversation going. Set up in an area, once the blending is done, that's close to everyone to close out the guests. Be intentional with your questions and make it conversational and comfortable. When you're confident in what you have to offer, whether it's the opportunity to host a party or join your team, your guests will notice. Ask questions for their benefit, not yours. When you are genuinely interested in them with a desire to give them a great party experience with their friends or join a business that could change their lives, there's no need to feel anxious. Remember that questions gain information and help steer your conversation to business building opportunities. One key question that can lead to so many more simply is, do you work outside the home? That question could lead to another once they respond, like, do you like what you do? Do you work part-time or full-time? Every conversation goes differently, but decide what you need. Do you still have dates open on your calendar that need to be booked? Is your sponsoring where you want it to be? Know going into a party where your greatest need is and concentrate on that. Even though you should be offering both, there are times when the chance to do so just doesn't come. So if you know you need bookings, be sure to ask that at a minimum. If you book a party with that guest, you can always use that party experience to share more about joining when she's a host. So let's role play this quickly. I'm going to be the consultant and the guest, so we'll play with this. So as the consultant, I might say, hi, Mary, did you have fun tonight? So the guest, Mary, might say, oh yeah, it was great. I'd not been to a blending party before. So I might respond with, I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. Let's take a look at your order. And do you work outside the home? There's that question. The guest could say, yes, I do. So what do you do? I actually, I work in the sales department for a furniture company. And I might ask, do you like it? Yeah, sometimes yes, sometimes no. So have you ever thought about doing something alongside your job to earn an extra $500 a month or more? The guest, I honestly, I hadn't really thought about that before, but geez, the extra income would be nice. So as the consultant, would you be open to taking some information home to review? And I can follow up with you tomorrow. What time would work best for you? So the guest might say, yeah, I can take something home. How about 10? Great. How would you feel about hosting a blend bash like Susan did tonight. It'd be a great way for you to learn more about what it takes as a host to learn more about the business. And the guest might say that could work. So you would go on at that point about a date or what day the week might work best for you, or would Tuesday or Thursday work best, or maybe you're using a gift bag with some dates on it already, or an envelope of some sort that might have the dates that you want to book, and they can choose one. So I may stop there when she books, but if the booking isn't happening, I would go to focusing on increasing her order. So here's a few ideas of things you might ask. I see you bought a simmering light. Was there an accent shade that you had your eye on? Do you like the idea of blending your own fragrances? And can I suggest a few other fragrances that work well with what you purchased? Maybe you might ask, are there other rooms in your home that could use some fragrance help? Maybe, how old are your kids? Do you want to consider something for their rooms? And maybe any thoughts on using soaks for a bathroom, whether naked reeds or a woolly. They're also great for spraying on furniture if you have pets. So there's a variety of different questions that you can ask to basically work through the process with your guest. After all is done and the party is settled, evaluate your results. Be asking yourself after every party, did I book 2 parties? Did I find someone interested in learning about the business, whether it was the host or a guest? Did I offer the host to join my team? What were the total party sales, and did it exceed my average? Is my average going up? As we talked about earlier, know your averages to see if some of the things that you're doing and adding to your routine is making a difference. Evaluate your results and seek ways to improve your results by adjusting your approach as you go. And when you know your numbers, you can still see if your changes are making a difference. So now we've got an assignment for you in this section. Assignment number 11 is to complete the Make the Most of Your Party quiz. As always, it'll follow this section. So that brings us to the completion of section 5. I hope by now that you've at least booked your blend bash so you can put some of this to practice. And we'll end with our mantra, hashtag I'm a bash camper. I am, I can, I will, I do, I did.